Hi Moglets, and welcome to Zenless Zero's very first special program, graciously sponsored by Zenless Zero themselves. We have a lot of exciting things to go over, including some absolutely insane first day rewards, which we're going to be getting to in a second. For those that are a bit out of the loop, I do want to start with a bit of an introduction to Zenless Zero. I would describe Zenless Zero as essentially an action RPG. The combat looks and feels absolutely insane, very dynamic and punchy. I also find the whole world setting very unique. It's like modern, but also futuristic, very different to Hoyo versus other games. Anyway, let's get on to those insane launch rewards. Through various events, login rewards, pre-registration, and so on, we'll be getting 100 free pulls and 80 boopons. And since we're all guaranteed to get an S-rank agent in just 50 pulls through the stable channel for new players, everyone will be able to easily pull an S-rank, with some pulls left over. Besides that, the 80 boopons is great for pulling Bangboos, and we're going to talk about those guys in a bit. And also, there is a special redemption code that's currently on screen, which you can enter when the game launches to get some more free rewards. We also have the pre-draw event you can participate in right now. There's the QR code. Moving on from that, let's go over some more key features they announced, like the skip button. Yes, Hoyoverse is actually giving us a skip button. I do think it's great we have the option. I typically enjoy the main stories and won't skip it, but possibly for some side content or just things that are less interesting to me personally, it's nice to have the choice. I do also want to talk about the various factions because I find that interesting. So we have the Cunning Hares here. It says the Cunning Hares are always available for the right price. So I'd imagine they're kind of like bounty hunters in a way. And then we got the Bellowbog Heavy Industries. Our goal is not to build a house, but a home. That's sweet. Victoria Housekeeping Co., which I imagine is exactly how it sounds. They're kind of like housekeepers. Then we got the CISRT, basically like police officers, I'd say. The Hollow Special Operations Section 6, which I would imagine are like super police officers, maybe something more like SWAT. Sons of Caledon, I Come, I See, I Crash. Obel Squad, which seems to be one main person. I guess she has like some companions, but they're not shown on screen. And of course, no game would be complete without some VTubers. So yeah, tons of different factions. They all look pretty interesting. We are going to dive a little bit deeper into gameplay now though, and explain a bit of the mechanics. How they design the visuals of combat is really cool to me. So instead of relying on like, you know, over exaggerated special effects or screen shaking or all of that, they put in more care and attention to detail. They rather focus on the movement and the feeling of impact, which I feel like is super important in combat focused games. We have this yellow status bar here on the enemy called the daze meter. Once that's full, the enemy becomes stunned, and after a certain attack, you can launch a chain attack with another agent. There are also some interesting defense options as well, so enemies will flash yellow right before they attack, and if you swap out in that moment, you'll get what's called a perfect assist. Not only will this interrupt the enemy, but you can get a follow-up attack off of it as well. And those are some of the more interesting basics of combat. We're not going to go super deep into it. We'll save that for when the game actually launches. But yeah, honestly, really cool. In addition to all the base characters in the Zzzero will launch with, they're launching 2 new agents as well. And we're gonna take a quick look at those now. So first of all, we have Piper here from the faction Sons of Caledon. She's physical type and has this cool Beyblade move. She can gradually build up power for a super ultra attack. Then we have Lucy, a fire support agent. She apparently has some friendly boars that can attack enemies, and she'll also provide buffs to everyone in the team. Personally, I really love buffers. I think they are my favorite type of unit, so I'm looking forward to checking her out. They do show off 2 more, so we're gonna take a look as well. Starting with Zhu Yuan here, an ether type attack agent, so DPS I would assume. She wields firearm type weapons, looks really flashy in combat, and apparently has incredible burst damage capabilities. And then we have Ellen Zhou. She looks really cool. She is also a DPS, but ice type, and the top fighter in the Victoria Housekeeping Company. There's also another type of companion in Zenless Zero called Bangboos. These are these cute little AI dudes that can help you in combat. They have active skills they can use in combat, and they can also join in with triggering chain attacks. These little guys are also free to pull because you actually pull the Bangboos using a special currency called boopons. And these boopons are mostly just won through events or different gameplay modes. Since the beta versions, they have made some changes to the gacha as well. So now when you're summoning for a Bangboo, you can actually choose which S rank you want to target. Stuff like that is always cool to see, and I very much do appreciate it. Also, since the betas, they are greatly increasing the size of the map They're saying here about twice the size as it was before, which is kind of insane. In the main home base, they've also added a second story and an actual bed for them to sleep in. And with all these new areas and the whole world expansion, there's of course going to be new events and just things to discover. They're also launching with a permanent game mode that looks super cool called Zzzero. They've designed a special overworld map. In a nutshell, it is potentially challenging and also roguelike gameplay where you end up at a big boss at the end, while also learning a bit about the hidden lore about New Eridu, which is essentially where Zenless Zone Zero takes place. You'll be getting upgrades along your journey, and if you get like 4 of the same type, they'll all be combined into a special upgrade. I really like stuff like this, but I'm gonna wait until it officially launches to really dive deep into it. And yeah, that was pretty much it for the first Zenless Zone Zero special program. Zenless Zone Zero will be officially launching on July 4th, very soon actually. You can already start pre-downloading it July 2nd, and it will be available on pretty much everything, PS5, mobile, PC, so pick your favorite platform and download it on July 2nd. Lots of amazing content and characters to look forward to. That massive chunk of pulls is going to be really nice. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Dropping a like or subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.